Welcome to another episode of Sanford Says. This is Lisa Holder, Communications Officer for the City of Sanford, and today's topic is Love Your Shorts. We'll get into more details of that, but yes, Love Your Shorts. It's a film festival here in Sanford coming up February 13th to the 16th, and we have two wonderful ladies from the community leaders, that are here to talk about this wonderful annual event. Nancy Kruckmeyer is the secretary of the Love Your Shorts board, and Edith Dykhouse is also the vice president of the board. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Nancy, you and your husband, Gene, grew up in Orlando, and you were encouraged to look at investing in homes in Sanford. And because we're just wondering how you came to the city of Sanford and started this event. Can you share a little bit about your background and then how this whole Love Your Shorts idea came into be? We could talk about some history, and then Edith, the same for you.
Well, I'd be glad to. Back in 2004, I have a friend named Cindy Lassard, and she had recommended looking into Sanford. She and her husband, Norm, were moving up here from Winter Park, and we were looking to invest in a nice home. And she said, you got to check out Sanford. It's a great little town. So we decided to take a tour of the town, saw the house, and fell in love with it. And then the hurricanes kept coming, and after 3 hurricanes in a row, and we had to keep coming up here because the house in Orlando kept being out of electricity for like 3 to 4 weeks, and we always had it here, so it became our shelter. And the third time we said, let's give it a try of living here, and we never left. It was wonderful, and I'm glad we moved here. And now our daughter Elizabeth lives here also. It's become the town of the Kruckmeyers.
Elizabeth, just some brief history of Sanford and why you came here, and then we'll go into Love Your Shorts and how you both brought such a wonderful event to the city.
Sure. I'll be happy to. We moved here in 2003, and by we, I mean my husband and I. We came from Philadelphia. Hank had family in Oviedo, and his mom was in a nursing home in Winter Park. He took a ride around the neighborhood, the area, and found this little jewel, which is called Sanford, and was all excited about it. Called me and said, we're going to come back and take a look at it, which is what we did together. And we ended up buying a house here. And after that, we fixed up a couple more houses, the last one of which we are still living in today.
Okay. All right. Yes, we love this. You just said it. Sanford's a jewel, right? That's
yes.
Exactly it.
That exactly.
And so even to this day, and it continues to be a jewel, and everybody living here and visiting Sanford shines that jewel by talking about how wonderful this city is. And speaking about how wonderful this city is, the events and the festivals that happen every weekend, basically in the month in the city of Sanford, every month. This is not to go unnoticed. The Love Your Shorts Film Festival. It's a wonderful event, and I will not steal your thunder, Nancy. Would you like to go into some details? Like I said, what brought the idea of Love Your Shorts to Sanford? How long have you been doing this, that kind of thing? And for people that are listeners that may not know or be familiar with Love Your Shorts, just let's share with them what this awesome event is all about.
Well, back in 2009, Gene, my husband, was the publisher of the Sanford Herald. And the owner of the paper decided that he would like all his publishers of his papers, he had few throughout the country, to meet in a location that was of their choice. He gave them 3 choices, and they could bring their significant other. So Gene and I, we got to go to Las Vegas, never been there before. And during that time, we decided we'd be definitely tourists, and we went to see the Hoover Dam. And while we were on our way there, I have a really bad sense of direction, and I was driving, and I was supposed to go to the right, and I went to the left, and we ended up in Boulder City, which is the city that was used for the construction people of the Boulder Dam. Hoover Dam. I'm sorry, you're right.
That's interesting.
And so it was a sweet town. It reminded me a lot of Sanford with the brick buildings, and had a lot of public art. And we pulled up right in front of this old theater, and we noticed that there was something going on. And being the nosy people we are, we went inside, and they said they were having a film festival. And it was a short film festival. And so we thought, well, we'll come back that night because they were showing comedy, and we like to laugh. And so we went on to the dam. We came back. We bought souvenirs in the town. We ate dinner in the town. And right in the middle of the comedy block, which was good, I turned to Gene and I said, we could do this in Sanford. it just fit. It was just meant to be. And so we came back to town. We played trivia with some friends. And as we were playing trivia, I asked them, would they consider wanting to put on a film festival? And all three of them said, yeah, sure. None of us had any experience in film festivals. I think the closest one was Nelson Beverly. He was on our trivia team, and his wife Christina and Frank Luce. And Nelson had taken some film classes in college, but other than that, none of us was familiar with it. And at that very moment, Frank said, I know, let's name it Love Your Shorts. And it was like, okay. And so with the help of people throughout the town, Robert Kenny, who is no more with us, he has died, he helped us do all the nonprofit information and organization. And Howard Marks, the attorney, his law firm, Byrne Furman, they basically did all the legalities for us, all the paperwork for free. It was all due to the kindness of strangers, as they like to say in A Streetcar Named Desire. And then we had sponsors like Theo Hollerbach, who was the first one to sign up saying, yeah, I'll sponsor it. And with that, it just grew and grew. And Edith came on the board 2 years into the festival after I approached her and said, come on, be on the board with me. And she said, okay.
So
that's right. Yes.
Anything you want to add to that, Edith?
Yeah, I also want to mention our main sponsor, which is the Dench. The
Performing Arts Center?
Yes.
Wayne Dench Performing Arts.
Wayne Dench, well, the distributor, because he's been our main sponsor.
Benefactor.
Benefactor over the years, and still is.
Okay.
Yes. And the theater, what was lovely about it is the first year we were able to use the Chamber of Commerce building. And that was lovely. And we had 50 people come to each of the blocks of films. And it was just so quaint and so lovely. And we had
cold.
A blow-up screen. Yes,
and
it
cold.
was. And a blown-up screen. And Roger Moore, who was a film critic for the Orlando Sentinel, was one of our judges. And he came to Gene afterwards and he said, you guys got to move. This is going to be big. Get yourself a theater. And just so happens that we have a pretty nice theater here in town. And they said, sure, come on, be a part of Love Your Shorts. Be part of the theater. And they let us use it. And they've been so cooperative. And we are just so appreciative of their help in getting the word out, too. They're very good at promoting us. And they're just wonderful to work with.
And I think you must say now it's international. Right, those folks that I know this is your time to shine and talk about Love Your Shorts, because just think about that. You were in the chamber building and 50 people were attending, and now the two of you and your board have grown this into something, a global event.
That is true.
It's a global event held here in Sanford every February.
That's right.
So the name Love Your Shorts, that is such a great name, and you are a nonprofit, correct? You're
Correct.
A nonprofit organization. You do rely on sponsors,
yes,
for this event. So let's fast forward to this festival and what is entailed in the festival, and how is it? How do people get involved, and what is the festival exactly?
Go ahead, Edith.
Okay. So the festival is a group of different subjects, categories that we have. We have, for instance, E for Everyone, which is mainly geared for children. Then we have documentaries, we have comedies, we have drama, we have sci-fi horror. Am I missing?
Flavor.
Florida Flavor.
Which means that if you're born in Florida, from Florida, or if your film is a subject about Florida, it fits into that
category.
And
right. And so each category will take up about an hour and a half to maybe two hours the most. And you can buy tickets for that particular block.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so if you say, oh, I like comedy, Saturday night is comedy at 8 o'clock, I'm getting tickets for that.
Okay, and speaking of tickets, so we can get that definitely out of the way here. How do people get tickets if they're interested? There's a website?
Yes, there's a website, loveyourshorts.com. And all the information is on the website, and you also can order tickets online, or if you want, you can pay at the door as well.
Okay, so as you're listening, you could be perusing the website too as well. And when we talked about global, there are international filmmakers that submit these films to your
correct
board. Is that correct? Is that
like
how
this year, for instance, we have films coming out of 12 different countries for a total that we're showing of 81 films this year.
And this year we're also starting a new block.
That's right, and which is
we're calling it, believe it or not, the International Block. I know, it's a very clever name. We get so many we've always accepted international films throughout with subtitles, and this year we just had such a wonderful influx of movies. People are excited to send here. It's amazing where they come from.
Yes.
And so we decided that we needed to expand, and so this year we're doing the international block.
Yeah, for instance, just to give you an idea, we have entries from Australia, Italy, Canada, Japan, the Czech Republic, Moldova, England, the Netherlands, Finland, New Zealand, France, and the United States.
Unbelievable. So you're world renowned, this Love Your Shorts. If you think about that, I mean, Sanford, Florida is going to be that weekend filled with people, I'm sure, from all over the world. And so that goes to show you our town, this gem of a city, can certainly accommodate this level of, attention. And thank you to the Love Your Shorts people, your board, sponsors that bring these people to the city of Sanford to enjoy such a wonderful, wonderful entertainment. It's every year during
the second weekend,
Valentine's?
Usually around the second or third weekend of
play on words.
February.
Yes.
Okay. And so, again, it's February 10th.
No.
February 13th through the 16th. Okay.
Right.
And it is at the Wayne Dench
Performing Arts Center.
Which
Correct.
is in the heart of historic downtown.
Yes, and on the 13th, that is a Thursday, and we have in the evening, we've partnered with with UCF. And they come and do a panel of discussion for filmmakers. And each year it's a different subject. One year it might be about how to do animation. Year it might be about funding. We're offering it again this year. It's free to the public. And then after the panel is done with their discussion, and it's a Q&A also, the people can ask questions to these professionals. And it's all headed up by Dr. Lisa Mills. And she's the one who organizes it for us and has been doing it from the concept of Education Day. And then we show student films from UCF that evening. And this is all free on Thursday night.
That's wonderful. And again, that information is on the website. So
Correct.
there's an education component for young and upcoming filmmakers. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And speaking of young and up and coming filmmakers, we also offer grants for prospective filmmakers. So to help them out a little financially if they're strapped for cash.
Okay.
They might need a piece of equipment.
Right. So they can send in an application and we go over them and then we pick out a couple of them. This year, unfortunately, it's only one. Last year was 3 that we think show a lot of promise, and then we give them a certain amount depending. Each year it's different. And we just ask that in the credits, once their movie is finished, that they reference us as being one of their sponsors.
Great. I know I've been several times to Love Your Shorts. You have audience participation, correct?
Correct,
That's
we do.
how you see who wins each
block.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes, certainly. Each block, such as, let's say, the documentary, people come and observe it. Then we show on the screen each film and a number with it, and you are able to text it in with your phone which movie you think that you choose to be the winner. If you don't have that ability, we also have it on paper for people to use who aren't quite comfortable in texting back and participating in that form. And then the audience, whoever chose, that is the winner of that block. Then on Sunday night at 7, we have what we call the Best of the Fest, and each winner of the block is presented to 5 professional critics that come and judges, and then they choose out of those which one will be the best of the fest. And we give prizes. We give cash prizes, and we give a uniquely made trophy that was done by a local artist, Julie Kessler, who used to live here in Sanford.
That's right.
And she designed it for us, and we have it made locally.
Right.
And it's just a real honor to be able to present these trophies with the city of Sanford being the trophy sponsor, which is really nice.
There you go.
We are. We like to support these wonderful events. And so you have a team behind you. You have fellow board members, correct?
Correct.
Help
That's right.
you through this whole process. And do you want to just say a few things about who's your board members or how many board members you have to make this happen?
We have Gene Krugmeyer, Nancy's husband, is our president. And as Nancy already stated, I am the vice president, Edith Diekhaus. Deborah Martin is our treasurer. Nancy, lovely Nancy next to me, is our secretary. Then we have board members at large, Brian Casey, Christina Hollebach, James West, and Chris Weiss.
All right, so a nice group of people, a team of people to help you through this. And to put on such a wonderful event. I keep saying that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful underscore. And and not to mention too, for people that, if we have to think outside the box here, people may be listening that are not familiar with Sanford. The theater, Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center, where this event is hosted at, has a concession stand, correct?
Correct.
There's adult beverages there, there's popcorn, there's candy. There's other things, and it's an historic theater.
Yes.
So it's a really cool environment to watch these films, and there's film producers or in the audience as well.
Right.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
We get a
Yes,
lot of
a lot of
producers
them.
that fly in to watch their movies as they're being presented to the community.
And also, it's wheelchair accessible.
It's very good to know, too,
yeah.
of course. Yes.
And what also is nice is they're here throughout the day, so they get to enjoy all these wonderful restaurants and bars
That's
that we offer here in Sanford. Yeah. And, of course, we have the waterfront, which is, people are amazed that we have a waterfront. They don't realize what we have out here. And then it's like, wow, this is such a gorgeous town. Yeah. And what also we've heard from filmmakers is this community supports this event. They go to many throughout the country, these filmmakers. Yeah. And they have talked about how Sanford embraces them and they feel welcomed everywhere they go, and they are amazed at the turnout of the people who come to see the film festival. They said they'll go to film festivals, there'll be 2 people sitting there in the audience.
And the town doesn't know anything about it. Right. And here, if they just ask, everybody knows what's going on. So
it is really nice to see that this town is so supportive with volunteering. We get so many people who say, "How can we volunteer?" And it's like, "Well, thank you. We'll definitely find a place for you."
Right.
And the sponsorship with the businesses, it's easy to be the head of sponsorship because everybody's so willing to say, "Yeah, we believe in what you're doing. We'll be glad to help."
That's right. Most people are repeat sponsors.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
many years.
Yeah, which is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. That's Nancy's.
Well, yeah. Nancy's expertise, area of expertise.
Who can say no to Nancy? Nobody.
So the festival kicks off Thursday, February 13th at 7 p.m. with that Education Day, partnering with the University of Central Florida Go Knights. There's an educational panel, and afterward you show the UCF student films, and it's all free to the public. And then on Friday, February 14th, for maybe it's a great Valentine's Day evening event with your favorite someone. At 7 p.m. is the opening night of the Competitive Film Festival, and that's just a wonderful event. I can't stop reiterating that. And tickets are $10. I don't think we talked about the price of tickets, but tickets are $10 for each block showing. And if you want to attend multiple blocks of films, you can
get a weekend pass.
Weekend pass. That may be the best way to go, too.
It is, yeah.
And all of the information is on your website.
Correct.
And you have a Facebook page, correct?
We do.
Yes.
Okay.
And we also are Twitter.
All right. Is there anything that you would like to add, ladies?
Well,
How about the party on Friday night?
Oh, well, that's always a fun event to have.
Can't
one
forget
time we
that.
Can't forget a party.
No.
I had a filmmaker say to me, "This is the best party that ever had a film festival attached to it," and it's a way of just celebrating the filmmakers because of their wonderful crafting they do and the amount of sacrifice they put into their art of film. And also to the sponsors to say thank you. We really appreciate you being involved with Love Your Shorts, and the volunteers who take the time out of their lives to help us put on a great event. This is all, we too are volunteers. Everything is done with a volunteer attitude, and that's what I think I love best about Love Your Shorts is the board. We all work so well together. It's not a board of hierarchy. It's a board of everybody is equal. We have titles, but that's just like the president is one who kind of is the overseer, make sure everybody's on task. And the beauty is everybody always is on task, and everybody gets along well, and they're open to new ideas and to share information with each other. It's just been a real pleasant experience. Um, what makes me feel good is the very first year we did it, Gene and I were sitting at the willow tree, and Theo came up to us afterwards, and he says, okay, so how much money did you all lose? And we said, actually, we didn't. We made like $1,000 or so. And he said, that's remarkable. I have never heard of that. He said, that's because you guys are doing something right. And what I can also tell you is, don't let anybody say to you, what you should be doing is this. Right. And he gave very good advice. That's only Theo who does.
I mean, just think about that. Your idea is now reality, and how that must feel personally for you and Jean is that you can't, I think for anybody, if you have an idea, don't think you can't do it and make it become reality, because you are living proof that an idea can turn into something fabulous, and that's what this is. Love Your Shorts Film Festival in Sanford, Florida.
Thank you.
Is it, Edith, any final words? Or
No,
anything?
I just, she didn't really talk too much about the party because you got sidetracked about the board. Because Nancy is the driving force behind the party, and each year it's a different theme, and they are fantastic.
Can you share it with us what the theme is?
Well, the
Go
theme
ahead.
this year is Creepy Carnival, but not too creepy.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Creepy
not too
Carnival,
creepy.
yes.
But again, we have groups like Phantasmagoria coming to help perform there at the festival, and we have people who are volunteering to be the bearded lady and the dog-faced boy, and so it's going. Howard Marks is lending us his Circus Carnival sideshow posters, and so it's again a community event.
Yes, that sounds really cool.
I know, yes, because she's really
Talented.
excellent at that, yes.
Very talented,
Yes.
Nancy.
Thank you.
Yes, and so that is the opening night party open to the public? When you talk about this party,
It's open to weekend pass holders. It's open to volunteers. So if you want to attend this great party, come volunteer. Love Your Shorts or buy the weekend pass and be a part of it. Or be a sponsor. A corporate sponsor would be always welcomed. This year we have a new corporate sponsor, and every year it seems that we just keep garnering more companies that say, yeah, we'd like to be a part of you.
And the party is at the
next
annex?
door.
In the annex of the
at
Wayne
the
Bench
annex.
Performing Arts Center.
Correct,
Okay.
yeah,
Great.
right next door.
And I'm sure that the theater has this information on their website, too.
Oh, yes.
They do.
Oh,
They're
yes.
very good at sharing information about
Yes.
Love Your Shorts.
All right. Well, LYS in Sanford is coming back February 13th to the 16th. You don't want to miss this. There's something for everyone. Just as Edith said, there's an education component. There's for youth, right? There's cartoon and animated
That's right.
portion.
Yes.
There's a
Sci-fi horror.
sci-fi
Oh, yeah,
horror.
and then one more thing for the children, the E for Everyone. That's a lot cheaper.
$3 tickets.
$3. So for parents to bring their children, so they don't have to spend that kind of money.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
There's
that's Saturday morning.
Saturday morning,
Yeah.
and the schedule is on their website.
Yes.
Website again, ladies.
LoveYourShorts.com.
LoveYourShorts.com. Nancy, Edith, you're fabulous. Any last words?
No, we just
Just
appreciate
buy
the
your
city of
tickets and
Sanford
come on
and
down.
their support.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity to
Yeah.
speak about LYS,
And,
right?
and the sponsorship of the city of Sanford
Yes.
believing in Love Your Shorts also.
Very much.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Nancy. Thank you, Edith. This is Lisa Holder, Communications Officer for the City of Sanford. Thank you for listening to the podcast. You can subscribe at anywhere where you listen to podcasts or the city website at sanfordfl.gov. Thank you again, and have a great day.